Greeted by an angry intern who was a bit overworked. I expected a Disney show, but I got Teletubbies After Dark. Ben goes on to say that every guest on the show that day had a private...
Make sure you hit that subscription button and click the bell. Wow! Man, what is up, Supremo Squad, Supremo Nation, Supremo Gang, whatever you want to be called. Today we're going to react to Ellen DeGeneres is a Hollywood Psycho Shocking Proof by none other than the Kavos. Kavos. I've been watching his channel for a long time, and like it's interesting content, and let's watch it. You know? Yeah. Alright, let's get to the video.
So my last video on Ellen was one of my most controversial videos on my YouTube.
Yee, my boy. Oh, hey, 10 minutes, 10 mil.
YouTube channel with over 132,000 likes at the moment and 136,000 dislikes. I posted that video about 2 years ago and people just loved Ellen back then. She could do no wrong. She was the golden goose. But oh, how the turntables. In my old video, I showed how Ellen But oh, how the turntable. People just loved Ellen back then. She could do no wrong. She was the golden goose. But oh, how the turntables. In my old
Tables turn.
video, I showed how Ellen absolutely lambasted one of her audience members for taking a few extra items of cheap merch, cheap Ellen merch, so she shamed her in front of millions.
I like that you like the product so much that you wanted to bring one back for your sister. But now when you go like to Costco or you're the kind of person like when you go trick-or-treating and nobody's home, you don't just take you take the bowl.
Why is she looking like that, man?
You just walk away. No. You think nobody's watching. Because you want to be a good person.
It was an insanely awkward and uncomfortable video to watch. Ellen seems to get genuinely mad at this lady taking a few extra items of merch, being shamed publicly in front of an audience and millions at home. That punishment doesn't seem to match the very petty crime, especially because Ellen set up that whole ruse just so someone would take extra merch.
So before the show, I put out some Ellen products with a sign that said only one per person, and I just wanted to see how honest my audience was, you know? It's really tough to, because, you know, nobody's watching, you don't think. But we set up hidden cameras just to make sure.
Otherwise, she wouldn't have a bit for her show. Ever since that, I have just absolutely disliked Ellen. She just seems so fake. And now, 2 years later, it seems that I was right all along. As usual. Last few weeks, Ellen has been under heaps of fire. Loads of things coming out exposing Ellen for the person she truly is off camera. Today we're going to dive into so many stories that people have on Ellen, showing her to be just an awful person. Which on her show, if she was just this horrible person everyone knew, wouldn't be so shocking. However, she represents someone trying to be caring and loving and so happy and is a great human being. It's utter fucking fake nonsense. Before we dive into these crazy stories about Ellen, let's first visit some old clips that have resurfaced and that people have been outraged at. In 2010, Mariah Carey went on Ellen's show and there were rumors floating around Hollywood that she was pregnant. No confirmation, no one really knew, just rumors. Our pregnancies in general, people like to keep them private because firstly, it's their child, it's their pregnancy, and secondly, so many other things can go wrong during pregnancy. People don't like to prematurely announce or make a big deal out of it before they know the baby's healthy. But if you go on Ellen's show, no, she doesn't give a fuck about that at all. Actually, she will get it out of you that you're pregnant by hook or by crook.
The other thing is that people are saying
that at all. Actually, she will get it out of you that you're pregnant by hook or by crook. You're pregnant by hook or by crook.
What?
Other thing is that people are saying that that you're pregnant.
She will even take it as far as to play a game of chicken with you and a glass of champagne to see if you're really pregnant.
Let's just toast with champagne and decide
But
if
they've been saying that since we...
you can't have champagne.
That's not champagne, because you can't
No, it
have
is.
one. Is it really?
Yeah, you want
Wow,
to
that is-
taste it?
I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
What?
Even though you've made it clear you didn't want to speak about it.
There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
Toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we
Oh,
should.
my goodness.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
It's too early for me. I only drink it after...
You're pregnant.
I didn't say that.
Oh man. This clip is so uncomfortable to watch. Why would you do that to someone? As if it's your right to announce that she's pregnant. In an article from 2010, Mariah Carey said, "Yes, we are pregnant. This is true. It's been a long journey. It's been tough because I've been trying to hold onto a shred of privacy." Not on Ellen's watch. Mariah said that after months of media speculation, she had to speak out. That's a unique way of saying that Ellen was a massive bitch and outed you on national TV.
I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
Like, imagine proposing that to someone. Either drink this alcohol, that's obviously bad for a baby, drink it, prove to us that you're not pregnant, or you're definitely pregnant and I've outed you first. Woohoo! How much of a twat do you have to be to do that? And a few months later, after appearing on Ellen's show, Mariah Carey had a miscarriage. And that is why people choose to keep their pregnancies private. Why can't guests who go on Ellen just come out and expose Ellen for what she really is behind the camera and off camera? Because she clearly is a huge arsehole to everyone. Oh wait, someone actually has done that. A fellow YouTuber nonetheless. Nikki from Nikki Tutorials went on the Ellen show in January of this year, and she had a fair few things to say about Ellen and the way she was treated off camera. Firstly, on a Dutch interview she went on, and this was after she was on the Ellen show, she said that Ellen, she didn't even acknowledge her or say hi beforehand.
Hoe was het bij Ellen DeGeneres?
Nou, laat ik zeggen dat er een groot verschil is tussen De Wereld Draait Door en Ellen. En dan geef ik jullie het positieve handje.
Want?
Punt. Nou,
Daar wil ik meer weten.
nou ja, er zijn bepaalde... Kijk, bijvoorbeeld, het is wel heel leuk dat jij wel vooraf hallo komt zeggen en zo.
Which I expect with her celebrity friends like Justin Bieber and the Jonas Brothers, she definitely does do. I don't think it was a coincidence that you're a YouTuber and she didn't give you that VIP treatment or even acknowledge you before the show. In another interview, Nikki also said that, "Maybe I'm being naive, but I expected them to welcome me with confetti. Welcome to the Ellen DeGeneres show. But instead, I got greeted by an angry intern who was a bit overworked. I expected a Disney show, but I got Teletubbies after dark." Then goes on to say that every guest on the show that day had a private toilet except from her, and when she tried to use the closest toilet, she wasn't allowed. Every guest at Ellen had a private toilet, but I didn't. I couldn't even use the closest toilet to me because it was reserved for the Jonas Brothers. They were allowed, I wasn't, I thought. Even though, looking back, my interview got 8 million views, while theirs only got 2 million. Ha. Again, doesn't surprise me. Nikki is a YouTuber, not a mainstream celebrity. I think it just speaks on the show in general, not just Ellen, but the whole entire show. But her saying that Ellen was cold to her and didn't even acknowledge her before the show
Groot verschil is tussen De Wereld Draait Door en Ellen.
seems to be a common story that people have with Ellen, especially people who work for her. A Twitter thread went viral the other day when Kevin T. Porter tweeted out, "Right now, we all need a little kindness. You know, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean,
Messed up when you said that, boy.
and I'll match everyone with $2 to LA Food Bank." And respond. People did. Now, obviously, these are stories. You have to take them with a grain of salt. So many had similar horrible experiences with Ellen that it's hard not to believe them. Following from what Nikki said about Ellen not acknowledging her before the show, this person said that my sister worked for Ellen for 2 years. This is from her. "I saw Ellen in the hallways every day and would say hello, and she never once said hello back. She wouldn't smile. She wouldn't even acknowledge me at all for 2 seasons. Then another person wrote with a similar story saying, our old friend worked on her and smiled and said good afternoon to her one day. And she became unhinged, saying, who do you think you are? Don't look at me. Yada yada. She said Portia was with her and seemed embarrassed and tried to calm her down. You hear Ellen say shit like this.
Especially my staff and crew, I love them.
And there's just so many stories of her being an absolute bitch. Off camera. Don't worry, we haven't stopped there. She has a sensitive nose, so everyone must chew gum from a bowl outside her office before talking.
When I first saw this product, I thought it looked kind of crazy. Didn't really understand what the benefits would be, but I had seen some before and after pictures on the web.
Get that cash, kavos. Get that cash.
Talking to her. And if she thinks you smell that day, you have to go home and shower. What the fuck? How up your own arse do you have to be to make people chew gum before they talk to you? I would personally send Ellen home because she stinks. No, she reeks of arsehole. I came out fucking... sounded better in my head. Another story about Ellen that blew up was from Chris Farah, who said, I worked for Real Food Daily, served her and Portia at brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner and complained about my chipped nail polish. Not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I had worked till closing the night before, and this was the next morning. Almost got me fired. So apparently not only is Ellen a prick to people who work on her show, but people in real life too. Cool. Good to know. I was working on a show at Warner Brothers that was next to her stage. It was our showrunner's 50th birthday. Caterer grilling steaks outside for a special fancy lunch. Ellen sent someone over to demand they stop as she doesn't eat meat. She's the worst. Oh my. The more this goes on, the more my video 2 years ago was justified. Don't ever be that person.
I'm totally reacting to that next.
And if you don't eat meat, fine. Have your own beliefs, have your own thing, but never demand someone stops doing something because that's what you think. Imagine demanding, and this is from someone who's actually more reputable than just a random Twitter account, someone who actually has worked at Warner Brothers Studios. And interesting enough, she followed up with, I have another food one. She polices her crew's lunch orders. Nobody is allowed to eat fish, etc. They would come hide in our stage to eat what they wanted away from her. Well, perhaps she didn't want people eating fish because it stank, especially on people's breaths. Fish leaves a pretty nasty smell, which should kind of give legitimacy to the story that Ellen makes people chew gum before they speak to her. Fuck, hey, we're cracking the code here, ladies and gentlemen. In the hair and makeup world as well, she got exposed for being a twat. She is notoriously a nightmare in the hair world. My friend did Ellen's hair at our salon, and apparently Ellen rushed it all, acting psychotic. Then devoted an episode of her show to how much she hated her hair. She bashed the colour and said my friend looked like Ronald McDonald.
Hey, you may notice that my hair is a little bit blonder today than usual and a little bit shorter than usual, and that's because I had my hair done over the weekend. Today it's really different. Here's what happened, and it started with the same sentence that all bad hair stories start with, is I tried a new person. There were signs, some red flags. Here's a picture of the colorist that I used.
Oh shit. So the story's true.
And then finally I convinced some people to come to my house to fix it, and I told her, and she goes, oh, thank God, it was horrible.
Ellen, I'm gonna be honest. You have a shit trim. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. A completely different person also had a story about Ellen to do with hair and makeup. I have so many friends who will no longer do her hair and makeup. Portia has to come in beforehand and try to explain that it has to be done in 5 minutes because she doesn't think it should take longer than that. She is so mean to them that no one will do her hair anymore. Does anyone have a good word to say about Ellen? She sounds horrid, up her own arse, has no regard for other people at all.
You think nobody's watching you and you just need to be a good person just because you want to be a good person.
All these stories must show people she's the opposite of what she pretends to be. And now, the cherry on the cake. This came out yesterday. Ellen's crew furious over poor communication regarding pay. Non-union workers during coronavirus shutdown. The crew, which consists of around 30 full-time employees, allegedly didn't hear from management about their employment status for over a month after the studio closed. Sources say when staff managed to get producers on the phone, they dodged questions and wouldn't clarify how much the crew would be paid. While refusing to communicate with the crew, the show hired a different, non-union tech company to erect a remote set and tape the show virtually, now airing from her home. But wait, Ellen, didn't you say on your first video from your home, the reason you're continuing it was because you loved your crew so much?
Especially my staff and crew, I love them, I miss them, and the best thing I can do to support them is to keep the show on the air. So here we are.
Oh wow, Clearly, you must love your crew so much that you went and hired a completely new, non-union crew and have your previous staff's pay reduced. I mean, you're only worth over 400 million, Ellen. Now, you couldn't help your staff out who've been loyal to you. You clearly don't care about anyone but yourself. Even celebrities don't like you.
It's good to see you. Happy belated birthday. When was your birthday?
It was October 4th.
October 4th. How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the
So I hope people now see Ellen's true colours. She's a horrible, horrible person. Leave a like on this video if you think Ellen is nasty. Like it right now. And also, go support my other video, which still has more dislikes than likes, because let's get that up. Back over the dislikes, because clearly I was right. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below about what you think about Ellen. Let me know. Do you think she's horrible? Or do you think she's still lovely and just can't wait to watch her when she comes back on proper TV? Please subscribe right now if you're new. I've had so many new subscriptions over the last few days. It's been insane. Please help out. And if you're enjoying the content, subscribe because we've got so much more planned. My Instagram is kavos.yt. As I always say in my videos, I've been reading DMs you guys send me and I've been responding to so many of them, but I've been getting...
Okay, guys, I guess that's the end of the video. I enjoyed it. You know, I saw Ellen before, but I never like watched the show. But off of the description this guy is giving, Kavos, off of the description Kavos is giving, she's a douche. She's a douchebag. Whoa. Hey. Well, you know, that was the video, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow my Instagram. I'm so close to 6,000 followers, guys. Like, follow your Instagram. Like, it's my name, and Supremo Shine. Go follow me. But without any further interruptions, I'm reacting to some more Kavos videos. Without any further interruptions, Supremo Shine.
Yeah, I'm just like gold, like a pool, like bright to a light, like dark to a night, fly, zoom, plane, got flight, right to a back to a flashlight, tryna make money fast night.